Hey everyone, Stephanie Lucrezio coming to you live. I'm going to wait just a couple moments for people to hop on, say hello, let me know that you're here. So we're getting closer to the school reopening day of truth. We're learning all types of things coming out of New York, New Jersey. There's all types of changes happening, and for a lot of us, it has us really, really uneasy. We kind of feel like, hey everybody, welcome, welcome. So excited to see all of you popping on. So if you're just hopping on, we are going to be talking a little bit about homeschooling, some of the challenges, some of the fears, and of course, where there are problems, we offer solutions. That is the goal here. So many of us right now are dealing with all of these school reopening protocols. Hello, and school is about to start, and I know that there is a lot of conflict, there is a lot of sleepless nights and worry and fear for many of us for many different reasons. So while you're popping on tomorrow at 11 a.m., we have a homeschooling webinar that we are going to be doing through Urban Global Health Alliance. I will post the registration link in the comments at some point when I am off the live later on tonight. I will also post it in the top part of it in the post itself. So go back and look at it. If I have anybody on from Urban Global that wants to actually drop it into the comments, that would be fantastic. So we're going to be talking about a lot of the different questions that people have, because I know for me, my son is 12, he's going to be 13. I have never homeschooled. Hey, Julie. Hey, everybody that's popping on. I have never homeschooled. I have never thought that homeschooling would be something that I would have to even think about. And it comes with a lot of different challenges. So whether you have a child that's just starting school and you're worried about them being left in a building that looks kind of like a prison, with people that are in smocks and masks and face shields, having to leave your babies with the mask on and just feeling really uneasy about that. If you have younger children, it's obviously easier to make those decisions because it is like autonomous rule. You get to choose. For those of you that are later along in the process that may have children that have been in the school system their entire lives, and this is the first time you are facing having to pull them out, there are a lot of unique challenges that come with that. And I know that many of us are battling with juggling all the different decisions that you have to make, balancing their mental well-being, their physical well-being, your own personal beliefs and feelings about some of the school reopening protocols, and then trying to make it all work. So what we want to do is alleviate the things that we can help you to alleviate. Because I know for me, the lack of knowledge and not understanding exactly what it looks like, the differences between actual homeschooling and what we've been doing for the last couple of months in quarantine, which is kind of like that online virtual learning, there are huge differences. I've spoken to a lot of people on the phone about homeschooling, and it looks nothing like what we dealt with during the quarantine for the pandemic this past year. So if you have reservations or fear about that, know that that is certainly not what it's supposed to be like as far as the experience goes. And try to explain that to your children, because I know a lot of them started out having a lot of anxiety and upset about the way schools went, being stuck in the house, being isolated from friends. So we want to help everybody to create community, because the truth is that community is so important right now. Being able to have human connections, being able to meet like-minded, like-hearted people, being able to have the hard conversations and know that you're not going to get into an argument, be able to know that you're going to be able to come out of it maybe learning something new or planting a seed with somebody else. Those are the important conversations right now. So you'll get all of that. You'll get to meet people that are in the same situation as you, but not only that, you'll get some of the logistical questions answered as far as what does it look like if you have children of different ages that you're homeschooling, depending on where they are, what the curriculums look like, how you can create community and play dates, what the different programs out there are. You'll hear from people that have been doing this for years. So it's going to be a really informative call. I encourage you to be there with pen and paper ready so that you can take copious notes. I know that I will be, because this is definitely a new experience for me. And some of us may not even be decided with what we're doing. So I think that that's the other thing. You're still kind of like hoping that something changes in the world and that things are not as they seem right now with the nightmare that we've currently been living in. I know that I pray every morning that there's going to be some good news and that schools are going to reopen the way that we went back in 2019. So far, that hasn't happened. So one of the things that we're committed to, and that I'm committed to personally, is making sure that even though we're fighting off the dragons, we have all these things that we're dealing with, that we can start to move in the direction where we can create the life that we want to have for our children. Because I know that for the people that were in Trenton, we've been fighting for a really long time. And it's exhausting. It is a lot of work. It is a lot of anxiety. It's a lot of fear and frustration. And that can be very wearing on your soul and your heart and your body over time. So I encourage everyone to take a deep breath, to know that where there is a problem, there is a solution, and we are all about bringing the solutions to you, making sure we can connect you with community, and making sure that you have all the resources that you need as we move into uncharted territories in the schools, hoping that all of it changes. But the only way it's going to change, hi everybody, I see you popping on. The only way it's going to change is by us demanding that it changes. And I've said it once, and I'm gonna say it again. If you are begrudgingly walking through the stores with your mask on, suffering in silence, cursing underneath your breath because of fear of someone coming at you and saying something to you, it's time to shed the mask. It's time to be brave. It's time to breathe fresh air. And it's time to be the change that you wish to see in the world. Because what we allow as adults is going to bleed into what our children are indoctrinated to believe that they should allow as well. So we need to be the ones that lead the charge. And it is a scary feeling. You feel like you're a unicorn in the middle of a bunch of sheep, and I get it, but it's necessary. So we need to take action. We need to get educated. We need to get connected, and we need to draw strength from one another. And that's what these calls, these virtual calls, are about. It's about being able to see one another, being able to see that there are other people out there that are struggling with the same things that you're struggling with. And I think one of the most challenging parts of this whole pandemic situation is that feeling that you're alone. Because when you're the one walking outside, you don't have the mask off, you're seeing things from a different perspective, it can feel really isolating. But I want you to know that over the last couple of weeks, I have spoken to so many people, and so many people are fed up and ready to just rise up. It's just a matter of getting the courage to do it. So draw strength from the community that we're building, the community that we're creating, and get all your questions answered. You know, for many of us, we don't know what we don't know until we know. So even though my situation, my son is 12, he'll be 13, and he has been in traditional school his entire life. It's the only thing that he knows. We moved to New Jersey so that he could go to school. We were living in New York, and we knew that the exemption was going to be taken, so we left. And 2 months after arriving in New Jersey, the bill to remove religious exemption presented itself. And here I am having this conversation with you after all these months of fighting and learning so much along the way. But when it comes down to making a decision about school, it's not just my decision anymore. Even though I have really deeply held beliefs about the masks and about all of the things that are going on, I do need to take into consideration my son's feelings. So I spoke to a lot of people that have a lot of guilt about sending their kids to school with the feelings that they have. And I just want to tell you, don't feel guilty. It is a heart-wrenching decision one way or the other. But at the end of the day, when you have older children, you have to have those conversations. I know I moved to the wrong state now. I wish somebody would have told me that 2 years ago, but it's too late for that. So I'm here, and I'm going to fight until the bitter end, and hopefully we win. But just know that if you're out there struggling with an older child, trying to convince them that homeschooling is the option, getting on this call tomorrow is going to give you a lot of the answers that you need. And yes, it is a compromise. I think that for me, my decision to let my son go, I think once he actually sees what it is, that he's going to make his own decision about wanting to be in a different situation. And the silver lining is recently, and it's not a good thing, but he had a little accident. He broke his growth plate. So he's going to be missing the first 4 weeks of school anyway, doing it virtually. So hopefully we can just keep him in a virtual place after that. But I want everyone to be able to be involved in the conversation, because whether it happens today or whether things get really bad, we have a flu bill that's out there, a mandatory flu bill from K through 12. It's in the Assembly Health Committee right now. There's conversations happening about it. We don't know what's going on. We need to be in action on that. And I will do a whole separate live at a later date of this week to break down the bill for all of you. But the truth is that you need to be prepared. You know, we are in uncharted territories right now with everything. Thank you. With everything that's happening. And for me, knowledge is power. The only way that I'm able to navigate and deal with the stress of the situation that we're living in currently is to learn, to connect, to get information, and to be able to use it to my advantage. So just like you make emergency contingency plans when it comes to what if there's a blackout, you know, what if we lose power, what if we aren't able to get to the supermarket, what if we don't have enough gas, you need to make contingency plannings with homeschool as well. So it's a call that whether you're deciding to do it or not, it's a great place to get some information and to see what's involved and to really get an understanding of what you'd be getting into. So I encourage all of you to come on to join. The link actually is in the comments, so take a look and see. I will post it again when I get off the live. If you have any questions about it, tomorrow, Thursday, September 3rd at 11 a.m. It's a registered Zoom link. So you need to register in advance. You'll get the Zoom link delivered to your email address. Expect it, you know, a little bit before the the webinar starts. And you'll come in. It will be recorded. So if for some reason you are not able to physically be there at the time of the webinar, you will get the replay after it's complete. If you know that you're not going to make it and you have specific questions that you want answered, you can always reach out to me. I will be on the call so I can be your voice and make sure that the questions that you have do get answered. Our goal here, my dog always loses her mind when I do lives. It's hysterical. My goal here is to make sure that everyone feels informed and everyone feels connected. So that's what we're doing. That's what's happening. Get your questions answered, connect, get educated, be able to have those conversations with your kid from a place of power and excitement because you know exactly what you're getting yourself into, not from a place of stress and fear because you're completely new to this and it's being thrust upon you at the most stressful time possibly imaginable. And know that you are never alone. There is an army working together, linking arms right now to do whatever we can to allow our children to grow up happy, healthy, and free in the same America that we grew up in. So if you're a stand for that, if you don't want them to be in indoctrination camps, you don't want them to be masked and muzzled, definitely get involved with this conversation. It is super important. Anything that you need, I am here. And I'm hoping everyone is having a really great night. I know it's been a lot, but keep breathing, keep praying, keep believing that a few committed people can make a huge difference in the world. I see it every single day. And make sure that you rise up, that you speak up, and that you are the change that you wish to see in the world. It is the only thing that we've got these days that's going to keep us moving in the right direction. So sending you all so much love, so much light. Dirty Jersey. Maria, you crack me up. Yes, we are in the dirty Jersey. It's okay. We can make it clean again. We can make it a beautiful place to live. We just have to do the work. So let's stick together. We are stronger together. And anything that you need, reach out. I will be coming live. Yeah, it is forced unschooling. Actually, there is an unschooling process that we're going to be also talking about for those people that have children that have been in school for a really long time. So unschooling, homeschooling, virtual learning, you're going to hear all the things and understand the breakdowns and exactly what that looks like. So any questions, reach out. Otherwise, I'm excited to see all of your beautiful faces tomorrow. Let's learn about homeschooling together and get all the information we need. All right, I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.